There is a stretch of water just 33 kilometers wide. And right now, the entire world is watching it. If this one narrow strait closes completely, gas prices in your country will double. Grocery prices will spike. Entire economies could collapse. This is the Strait of Hormuz, and this is why it might be the most important 33 kilometers on Earth. The Strait of Hormuz sits between Iran to the north and Oman and the UAE to the south. It connects the Persian Gulf, where most of the world's oil is produced, to the Arabian Sea and the rest of the world. At its narrowest point, it's just 33 kilometers wide. The actual shipping lanes are only about 10 kilometers in each direction. Every single day, roughly 20 million barrels of oil pass through this strait. That's about 20% of the world's entire oil supply. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, UAE, Qatar. All of their oil exports depend on this one bottleneck. There is no alternative route. Pipelines exist, but they can only carry a fraction of what the strait handles. If the Strait of Hormuz closes, the world doesn't just slow down, it stops. This isn't the first time the world has held its breath over this strait. In the 1980s, during the Iran-Iraq War, both sides attacked oil tankers in what became known as the Tanker War. Over 500 ships were attacked over 8 years. Oil prices surged. The US Navy ended up escorting Kuwaiti tankers through the strait under American flags to protect them. In 2019, Iran seized a British oil tanker near the strait after the UK detained an Iranian vessel. The world oil market shook instantly. And in 2012, when international sanctions were placed on Iran threatened to close the strait entirely. Oil prices jumped 4% in a single day, just from the threat, not even an actual closure. The strait has always been a pressure point, but what's happening right now is on a scale the world hasn't seen before. Right now, shipping through the Strait of Hormuz has effectively come to a halt. Iran has laid mines in the waterway. Multiple tankers have been struck by projectiles. The US military has been destroying Iranian Navy vessels in the area. Oil prices have surged past $110 a barrel, levels not seen in years. Stock markets from Tokyo to London have fallen sharply. Airlines have rerouted flights. Shipping companies have suspended operations. Qatar, one of the world's biggest natural gas exporters, suspended production after its facilities were hit. That affects heating and electricity for millions of people in Europe and Asia. The G7 countries are now discussing how to escort ships through the strait. But there's no easy answer when one of the world's largest military powers is actively trying to close it. Let's talk about what a prolonged closure actually means for ordinary people around the world. For Europe, most of Europe's oil from the Gulf travels through the strait and then around the Arabian Peninsula. A closure doesn't just raise prices, it creates actual shortages. Germany, France, Italy, countries that already struggled with energy prices after the Ukraine war are facing another crisis. For Asia, Japan, South Korea, India, and China get a massive portion of their oil from the Gulf. Japan gets nearly 90% of its oil from this region. China, already in an economic slowdown, faces a supply shock it cannot easily absorb. For the United States, the US is now largely energy independent, but oil is a global market. If prices spike globally, Americans pay more too. And US military operations cost billions every week. For developing countries, nations in Africa, South Asia, and Latin America that import oil are the most vulnerable. They don't have strategic reserves. They don't have the financial cushion. A doubling of oil prices can trigger food shortages, inflation, and political instability. There are alternative routes, but none of them are quick fixes. Saudi-Suez pipeline that can carry oil to the Red Sea, bypassing the strait. But its capacity is limited, only about 5 million barrels per day, compared to the 20 million that normally flow through Hormuz. The UAE has its own bypass pipeline. Again, not enough capacity. Some analysts have proposed permanently expanding these pipelines as a long-term solution, but that takes years and billions of dollars. The only real short-term solution is diplomatic, which is why, despite the bombs and the rhetoric, back-channel negotiations continue, because every major power on Earth, including the ones doing the fighting, knows that a permanently closed Strait of Hormuz is a disaster for everyone. The world's most dangerous 33 kilometers has never mattered more. The Strait of Hormuz isn't just a geography lesson. It's a reminder of how interconnected and fragile the modern world really is. One narrow stretch of water, 20% of the world's oil. And right now, the entire world is watching. If you want to understand the world better, follow WorldLore. A new story every single day.